Welcome to Engine Adventures. Today we have the 2020 Toyota Sequoia, and it's the TRD Pro version. And a few things, you saw that skid plate there. It also has these Rigid Industries fog lights, which are very bright, and they actually work as fog lights. So these are the daytime running lights. And I believe if you go into the computer system, you can turn those daytime running lights off, and then you just have pure fog lights if that's what you want. This thing is a beast. I love the step here. It's Raptor-esque. It doesn't mount to the frame. Let's go ahead and show you that actually. But it mounts to a super strong section of the body. And it feels like they reinforced that section there just for that step, so it's actually still pretty durable. And then this one has that roof rack, which is an option, and I really like it. It's actually got 3 cross members. A lot of them only have 2, and it's pretty stout, looks great. Something else, single exhaust. This is the TRD exhaust. It's an extra $1,000. Sounds great. Maybe I'll get a shot of that, but it's hard to pick up the sound on camera, so I don't like to do that as much. It is an excellent sounding engine and exhaust system. This one runs about $67,000. And let's take a look at the engine. It is the only engine available for the Sequoia. So this is a 5.7 liter V8, like I said, the only engine available in the Sequoia. Puts out 381 horsepower, and I want to say 413 on the torque, or 401. I'll put that up on the screen. So inside, as you guys probably all know, this is slightly updated, but it's a 2008 Sequoia. Essentially, it's been 12 years since Toyota's updated it. Some things feel like it. I had a BMW last week, so coming into this vehicle versus a BMW, there were a lot of things to get used to. Just has an older feel to it, you know, harder surfaces and all that, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just what it is. So this thing's massive. I'm sitting in the driver's seat how I would normally sit, and I can't touch the screen at all. So to do any of that, I gotta lean way over, change the radio station, whatever. Of course, it does have the steering wheel controls that work okay. It's harder to scan through single stations at a time, as if you push this, it goes just to your presets. If you hold it down and you're trying to change one station, you have to time it perfectly. It's almost best to count to 3, maybe 2.5, and then you let it go, and then it will change up one station. Anyway, that's kind of a difficult thing to use. Toyota does include a ton of safety features standard now on the Sequoia. This is a massive armrest. It has this divider. All this stuff can be taken out. Let's grab a little flyer here. So the Sequoia falls into this Toyota Safety Sense P, TSS-P, and then a bunch of other vehicles are in this other one, but the Sequoia and a few others are down here. And it comes with these 4 features standard. So pre-collision with pedestrian detection, lane departure alert with steering assist, automatic high beams, and dynamic radar cruise control, and full speed range. So the full speed range means it'll come to a complete stop if it needs to on that cruise control. Like I said, these are all the vehicles with that system, and then there are a few others that have the other system, which just includes a couple more features. We won't go over those because this Sequoia doesn't have them. Another thing here is the Monroney, the window sticker, and I don't know if that's clear, $67,029, and the base price is $64,000 something, and then when you add in, at least I believe that's a 4, it's a little bit cut off. This one has the cargo cover, TRD performance exhaust, and the carpeted floor mats, and all that adds up, plus the delivery charge gets you up to $67,000. Overall, the TRD Pros come pretty well equipped without any options. And as you can tell, heated seats, it's missing the cooled seats, which is fine. And plenty of power outlets and stuff now. they've updated that at least. This pocket's always kind of weird to me. We've reviewed other Sequoias that have it. It does allow you to reach down in and take out this whole cup holder section if you wanted. I'm not sure what this button's missing here. Tow haul mode, this is the center differential lock, which I love. You can put this thing in 4-low, leave the center differential open, which it's actually not open, it's a limited slip torsion, and you can still drive on the road with it. So if you're backing a trailer up steep, you know, whatever, into your campground, and it's paved and you're making a sharp turn while you're backing up and you don't want tire scrubbing and all that stuff, this makes it super easy. Over here, the auto headlights, that's just the lift gate height, however how you want to set it, or to open and close it, of course. And then, yeah, your normal stuff there. That missing one, this missing one here was for, I believe, the heated steering wheel, but not 100% sure on that. Your parking sensors, traction control off. This is the rear window, which of course the whole thing goes all the way down, which is an awesome feature. The screen is a little bit small as well, so I don't know what that is. I'll put it up on the screen, I guess, but 4.5 inches, or, well, I guess this way, so it's probably a 7-inch screen. But it's pretty small and it's so far away, and it faces straight back, it doesn't face the driver. It's just a little bit annoying to deal with. One thing in this I don't really like is this backup camera. I think I'm starting to get used to having surround view cameras, but this thing is just so small and so far away that it's almost easier for me to not use it. I mean, it still works. It still will definitely help you see if there's a kid or something behind you when you're pulling out of your driveway. But it's just not my favorite system, and that's totally fine. Electronics tend to have a lot of issues sometimes. I mean, with Toyota, they're pretty reliable, but it's nice not having to learn to rely on all that stuff. Sunglass holder does fit my sunglasses. Sometimes you have to do some little tricky stuff to get it in there, but it'll fit them. So, and then it does have the sunroof. I think that's it here in the first row. Like I said, it's just, this thing is wide as can be, so that's as far as I can reach from the driver's seat without leaning over. I mean, I can barely reach the other side if I'm really trying. And a few things I think I already mentioned, those steps. You get the BBS forged TRD Pro wheels. They're a lightweight, very strong wheel, 18-inch rim, and then the Michelin LTX AT2 tires are basically one of the most mild all-terrain tires you can get, but they work all right. I mean, we took the Tundra on the sand dunes with them, which you do want like more of a mild tire for sand anyway. It helps you float a little better rather than like a mud tire that digs. And they do pretty good on the road. These vehicles are so massive, they're not like trail off-road SUVs or trucks, whatever. And so the second row is also, these ones have captain chairs. I believe you can get with the bench seat. I'm not sure on the TRD Pro. Armrest there. Also, they do slide forward. So I have a ton of room here. Even you saw me just slide that forward a few inches. I still have a ton of room. So if I put up the seat in the back, there we go. Apparently the seat has to be folded, or the door has to be open, something to get that up. So go ahead and throw that seat up. And so I'll leave this all the way back. Right now it's forward a bit, so let's move it all the way back. And you can see all that leg room there. Climb into the back seat. Even with that seat all the way back, I still have enough room. My feet are a little bit tight, but like I said, you can move that forward a few inches easily and have plenty of room for adults in all three rows. There is plenty of cup holders. There are plenty of cup holders back here. Sorry, little storage spot. No charging ports for the third row, and that's the same for the second row. There are no charging ports. You get one 12-volt outlet there. Cup holders everywhere. There's two here, 2 more in each door, and then obviously third zone climate control. So the front has 2 zones, and then the 3rd zone back here. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold this seat down, and let's open up the back. Okay, go ahead and open that. So this is your storage back here when the 3rd row seats are up. There's not a lot of room there, 18 inches maybe, and there is some additional storage underneath, and then your jack, tools, whatever, changing your tire underneath there. And to get to changing your tire, I believe you pop out this piece. So if you're looking on how to change your tire, right there, pop that out, stick the arm down in there. You have a winch, it'll lower your full-size spare. And then let's take a look with all the seats folded down. I'm gonna have to measure it. I don't have my tape measure on me right now, but this width here in the back seems to be 4 feet exact. So it might be just over 4 feet, just under. I'll get the measurement. I'll put those up on the screen. All right, thank you for watching Engine Adventures review of the 2020 Sequoia TRD Pro. Overall, really like this vehicle. Drives well on-road, does great off-road. I mean, on-road, there's a little bit of body lean in the corners and stuff, but it's a beast. What do you expect? Overall, love the vehicle. Bad gas mileage. 14 mpg is the EPA estimate, and that's about what I'm getting. But it is capable as a family hauler. Even I was surprised it did really well. Didn't scrape too much. You heard it scrape maybe that last time through on the side step, but overall I was surprised at how well the Sequoia does. The front end never scraped on the approach angles, the back never scraped, and even if it does, looks like the exhaust is the lowest point there on the back, so you're not going to do body damage most likely. But anyway, surprisingly capable, strong vehicle. It can tow something like 7,500 pounds, and overall really good. It doesn't have the best articulation, independent front and rear suspension, but I think when compared to the Armada, that this is the better off-road vehicle. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in how vehicles do off-road, how their traction control systems work, go ahead and hit subscribe and like. We have a lot of vehicles coming up. I've mentioned them in the previous videos, but we have an F-250 and a Toyota RAV4 TRD Adventure or TRD Off-Road. I can't remember what that one's called, but the most off-road worthy RAV4 coming up next week. The F-250s with the gas engine, 7.3 liter, and the 10-speed auto. Then 2 weeks after that, we will have the Ram Rebel with air suspension, and we'll take that one off-road and show you all of its features. But anyway, if you're interested in any of that, go ahead and hit subscribe. Make sure to ring the bell so you get notifications when we post new videos. And thanks for watching.